Hey, welcome guys. How are you? So let's talk a little bit more about detoxing. We had done a video a couple days ago and I said I wanted to get more involved in what that really means and how to go about doing that. And the type of detoxifying I'm going to be talking about is before you actually even go buy a cleanse or a detoxing cleanse, online or in a store. They're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I do them myself. However, before you even do that, these are the two critical things that you should be doing to really set yourself up and already begin that detoxifying process. Because without these, if you try to go on a cleanse and you're not taking care of these two things, your cleanse isn't going to work very well. It's just going to cause a lot more havoc for you. So here's the first two things. When you're detoxifying, the first thing you want to do is increase your water, because water is actually going to help dilute and flush out the toxins through your urine, through your bowel movements, through your lymph nodes, etc. And you really need to get the body hydrated for it to detox. It's a really important thing to do. If you're trying to do a detox, like a cleanse or something, and you're not really hydrated, it's really stressful on the body. So water is great. So my mentor, Paul Chek, mentioned somebody, I believe his name was Robert Rodriguez, but I could be wrong, but I think that's true. And he mentioned that the best solution to pollution is dilution. So if you think about it that way, that's why water, again, is so critical to your health and your well-being. And we're talking about detoxifying. So pollution is toxins in your body. That's all the toxins, etc. That's pollution. So the best solution to getting rid of those toxins is to dilute them and flush them out. And there's no better way than using water. So high quality water. And you need to be, what I'm going to tell you to do is, if you're not doing it already, go ahead and jump on a scale. Don't worry, I'm not looking. Jump on a scale and whatever you weigh, okay? So I weigh 170 pounds right now. So if I jump on a scale and it says 170, what I want you to, or whatever your scale says, divide that in half. So divide it by 2. So for me, 170 divided by 2 is 85. Is that not right? Because 80 and 80 would be one. Yeah, so 85. So then what that means is 85 ounces of water a day is bare minimum what I want to be taking in. And we've talked about this before with hydration, right? So whatever you weigh, divide it by 2, and that's how many ounces every day, bare minimum, you need to start taking in. And spread it out through your day, okay? And then what I would tell you is add in another 16 ounces, if not more, on top of that to help with this dilution and this flushing out of the toxins. Okay, that's the very first thing. And again, spread it out through your day. So before every meal, I would have anywhere bare minimum of 6 and more like, not 6, but 8 and more like 16 ounces of water about a half an hour before every meal. Because that's going to help rehydrate your digestive tract, which needs water to be hydrated so it can actually digest your food. So again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, make sure about a half an hour before each one that you have about anywhere from 8 and more like 16 ounces of water. That's going to help with your digestion and also flushing things out. And then about every hour or so to up to 2 hours after every meal, you should be drinking a minimum of 8 ounces of water until you get half your body weight, or that plus the 16 or even more if you're willing to do that, okay? And that way you spread it out through your day. Okay, now, you're going to be going to the bathroom more, and this is great because that's what you want to do. You're flushing it out, so be happy that you have to keep getting up to go to the bathroom and peeing, okay? Now, the next thing you have to do, step number 2 that's critical, is you need to stop eating the stuff that has all the toxins in it. So we talked about this a little bit before. So here are the main ones that you really have to go, they're out, they're gone, get rid of them. And not particularly in this order, but we're going to put it this way. Sugar, especially refined sugar, right? And anything that has refined or sugar in it. So in this case, to detox, I'm going to tell you even get rid of honey, agave, molasses, all these things that we think of as natural sugars. Get it all out of your system, right? Because we're cleansing. Don't take any kind of sugar in, and no sugar substitutes. You can do stevia or stevia, however you want to pronounce it, but make sure that it's organic. But don't be doing artificial sweeteners like NutraSweet and Sweet and Low and whatever else is out there. I don't even know what's out there, but no artificial sweeteners at all either. And no sweeteners at all, artificial or natural. Get rid of it all. Okay, because those are toxic to the body. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're not taking in any kind of processed grains. So things that are made of grain, and that's limitless when you look at what's out there. So all the things like breads and muffins and bagels and pizzas and cakes and candies, and you got to get rid of it all, okay? Because we're detoxifying. We're getting rid of all the things that cause issues with the body. So take all that out. Take out all dairy, especially processed dairy. So milks and cheeses, and even for now, yogurts. I know that yogurts take them out. We're detoxifying the body. We're taking out everything that could be causing an issue. So anything that's dairy or made of dairy, get rid of it. Then let's see. The next thing I want you to do is you need to get rid of all of the other stimulants. So if you're doing things like coffee, if you're doing things like all the energy drinks, I'm thinking of a general term, right? So I don't have to name them. All the different types of energy drinks that people take in, get rid of all of it. We're detoxifying. We're getting rid of the toxins. Get rid of all that because they have a lot in there. Any kind of processed food. So if you're eating things out of cans, get rid of it. Jars, cartons, etc. Get rid of it. We're detoxifying. This is what it means. Yeah? And obviously, you're not going to be doing any kind of alcohol of any sort, right? Beer, wine, hard liquor, anything. It all goes. We're detoxifying. We're taking the load off the body, all of the crap that you're eating and drinking that builds up as toxins in your body. So that's critical. Those two things alone, and there's many other things you can do, but those two things alone are huge because those are the main inputs that we do every day that are causing the toxic overload. So at that point, then you go, well, Dave, what am I supposed to be eating? Good question. Lots of clean vegetables. Lots of clean proteins in the form of all grass-fed, no antibiotics, no hormones, etc. And you can even back off those quite a bit, but you can still have them. So basically, and then some light to moderate fruit, but don't go crazy on fruit either because that's still sugar and that's causing issues. So I would tell you to stick to green apples, green pears, and any of the berries. So blueberries, boysenberries, blackberries, strawberries, whatever else is out there as a berry. If you say, well, what about legumes? No legumes, gone. What about rice? Gone. Just for now, for detoxifying, right? So you're just now flooding the body with clean nutrition. Now, another great thing you can add in, here's a bonus for you, is you're drinking all your water, you're eating your clean foods, right? Now, remember, that doesn't mean go to a salad bar and put really clean vegetables on there and then cover it with blue cheese or ranch or whatever else is out there, right? Some clean olive oil and some lemon or some lime. I would even stay away from anything that might be like balsamic vinegars or any other kind of vinegars because they have issues with lead and all this other kind of stuff and other sugars that are in it. So get rid of it. Lemon or lime with oil and vinegar. That's all you need. And when you do that, you'll actually go, oh my God, this tastes really good. Put a little salt, a little pepper on there. Beautiful, right? Okay. Oh, so the last thing then, add into that vegetable juicing. So if you have a juicer at home, dust it off, clean it up, and start juicing. If you don't, then you probably live in a place that has a local juice bar. So here where I live in Ashland, we have a really cool place called Raw. So they do raw vegetables and raw juicing. So we can walk in there and get fresh vegetable juice. And we also have the Ashland Co-op, and they have a juice bar there where you can just walk up to the counter and say, hey, I want carrot, apple, parsley, cilantro, pepper, ginger, cucumber, Swiss chard, collards, all this kind of stuff. And they jam it in there in a juice and you have it to go. That is really highly nutritious and will really help cleanse your body, because all that clean vegetable juice actually does cleanse the body at a much higher level. So you got your water, you got your green juicing, you got your clean vegetables with some clean proteins and some good fats, and you're rocking and rolling. That's all you need to do to cleanse the body. Now, do that first. And I would tell you, do that for several weeks, if not a month. And if you do that alone, you may feel like, I don't need to buy a cleanse. I did it already. And this is very true, because the body's naturally doing it. However, again, I'm okay and all for if you want to go buy a cleanse or a detox kit. A lot of times, though, because that does really make the body start pulling toxins and getting rid of them, it can be an overload on your system. So things like your kidneys and your livers really go into a lot of stress, especially if you're filled with toxins. And by the way, being filled with toxins doesn't necessarily mean that, you're overweight. Yes, if you're overweight, you're carrying a lot of toxins. That's very true, because a lot of the toxins are stored in that extra body fat. However, you can be a very thin person and be toxic, very toxic, because of everything that you're taking in. So body size doesn't have everything to do with it, right? So if you're thin, don't think just because you're thin, you don't have to do a detox, or you shouldn't cleanse your body. Everybody needs to be cleansed, okay? And we should do this several times a year. So that gave you plenty. There's still much, much more that you can know about this stuff, and we go into deeper detail in the 6 components to health and wellness, which is the Easy Health Formula. And by the way, if you haven't seen it already, look below. There should be a link there for the Easy Health Formula, because it's starting in about 5 days. So you can go on there and sign up right now for it, okay? And I hope to see you soon. In those 5 days, we're going to start that course, which is an awesome, awesome course, and I can't wait to share it with you. So until then, I'm coming in close, and remember, I love your guts. Take good care, guys.